We wish you a Merry LYSMAS, we wish you a Merry LYSMAS, we wish you a Merry LYSMAS and a Happy New Year! Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little chit chat video. We are going to be talking about being in your 20s. If you guys don't know, I am 22, so I am at the beginning of my 20s decade. Obviously surrounded by a lot of men and women in their 20s, and I just want to talk about my perspective. While I chit chat, I am going to be straightening my hair. This is what it's looking like right now. I haven't straightened my hair in a while, so let's get right into that. I actually ran out of heat protectant, so I'm gonna go steal some from my sister's room. Oh, almost fell. Make sure you're always using heat protectant, you guys, because we don't want damaged hair out here. We're gonna part my hair. Let's start with this little chit chat that I wanted to do. So I had seen a quote the other day and I had posted it on my Instagram story. I'm gonna show you guys what it says, because this is where I got the inspo to actually talk about this. I think it's from a book that's called 20 something, because that's what it says. And honestly, I might order that book if it's an actual book, but I just saw this, I think on Instagram, or no, I think I was on TikTok. I saw it on TikTok. It says, your 20s are the craziest years of your life. Some of your friends are still in school. Some of your friends are married. Some of your friends have a completely different life. Some of your friends are still the exact same person. Some of your friends are not your friends anymore. You had to live a certain way all your life, and suddenly your life can be whatever you want. Everything in your 20s will change. You will meet people, you will lose people, you will try plenty of things you haven't before, and you will fail at most of them. You will feel lost. Oh yes, you will feel lost all the time, but you will grow through them and you will become a better person for it. Let your 20s be wild. Let your 20s be crazy. Let yourself be introduced to a life you don't know about yet, and most importantly, let yourself have fun in the process. I saw that quote and obviously I loved it, so I wanted to talk about it because I obviously have a lot of people in my life that are in their 20s, in different stages of life. I feel as soon as I turned 22, I started seeing big changes with just friends and the people around me. There's obviously many different 22-year-olds in the world. I think I'm a pretty mature 22-year-old. I have always been the type to where I never truly felt my age. I always felt a little bit older than I really am. But I know that a lot of people feel 22, and that's completely fine. Obviously, sometimes I wish I felt 22 also, because I feel if I truly felt the age of 22, I wouldn't put so much pressure on myself. And I am just that person. I've always been that girl that wanted to be older than I really was. I wanted to grow up really fast, and I still am like that. I still want to wake up tomorrow 30 years old with a husband and kids. I'm still that way, and a lot of people are probably going to relate to what I'm saying, but if you don't, totally understandable. I'm just really speaking my own opinion, and I hope that what I'm saying can help out anyone else that's feeling this way. Let's start off with the first part of that quote, when it says that some of your friends are still in school, some of your friends are married, some of your friends have a completely different life, and some of your friends are still the exact same person. Some of your friends are not your friends anymore. I feel once I turned 22, a lot of things started happening in my friends' lives. It's just mind-blowing to me, and I feel I still can't wrap my head around that. I have a friend that is about to pop out a baby and is engaged and just moved into a house. And then I have friends that are in college, living their best lives, having fun, partying it up, which is also really great. I have friends that are still in school. I have friends that are not in school. I have friends that graduated already. I have just a lot of different friends that are just going through life-changing things, and I just started realizing it, I feel this year. I have had the same friends for some of them my whole life, some of them majority of my life. My close bestest friends. My closest friends I have right now, I've known for about 10 plus years, and some of them beyond 10 years, 20 years pretty much. And I absolutely love my friends. Like, I can cry about it right now. Like, I'm getting a little emotional. I love my friends. And oh my god, what's happening to me? I'm like emotional today. I love my friends, and it's just so crazy seeing like some of your friends go through life-changing things. It's a little scary. I feel like being in your 20s is scary because it's like you don't know what's gonna happen, and like in your 20s is when like majority of your life-changing things like happen. When I do see, whether it's my friends or people on social media is a whole different thing that we can talk about. Seeing what do they say, like comparison is a thief? I think that's what they say. I am one of those people that compare myself, and not like in bad ways, like like, you know, not like in a rude like comparison, more of just like, dang, I need to do better, dang, like I wish like I was able to be that way. When I see someone say on social media doing better, or having maybe things you would want, or just like living a life that you want to thrive to have, like that's where the comparison comes in. Because then I'm like, dang, like how are you 20 years old and you have the life that I want? When I'm 22, I should be doing better, you know? And that's where I sometimes need to like sit back. Everyone like goes at their own pace, and like certain things happen to certain people for a reason, and not everyone's life is as perfect as they put out on social media. Like that's obviously a given. You never know what's happening in someone's life. I am really working on that because I cannot compare myself to some random girl on social media, you know, that I don't even know. Timing is obviously everything, and I think I'm just like a little bit impatient, and seeing friends pregnant, getting married, it's kind of was just like, wait, am I behind? It sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds ridiculous. I am 22 years old. I know. I feel like a lot of people in their 20s probably feel the exact same. Like when you think about people in your 20s, like there's 21, 22, 23, 24, and then there's your late 20s where you're almost hitting 30, and like more life-changing things happen. So I think I'm scared of my 20s, honestly, you guys. When I saw that quote, I was like, dang, like I have a long time of being in my 20s. We're all striving for our careers, we're all striving for love, we're all striving for the better. And that's when comparison comes in, because it's like someone can be doing better than you at the age of 22 when you're 26. But in reality, like that's not the case. I hope that that helps someone watching this, because I also need to put that in my head too. Certain things happen for a reason, and you're just not meant for certain things to happen for you just yet for a good reason. What else to say? It says you had to live a certain way all your life, and suddenly your life can be whatever you want. Everything in your 20s will change. It feels like one second you're 16 years old, and the next you are in your 20s with a job, a career, or in college, graduating college, kind of like on your own, kind of having to like grow up and be like an adult, all in your 20s. The pressure of, okay, like you're in your late 20s, you should have it together already. I feel like being in your 20s is a lot of pressure. I'm very hard on myself. I've always have been, and I can see that a lot of people also can be very hard on themselves. I always think that I'm running out of time, or I always think that I'm behind. And I really like don't want to feel that way, and I have been working on that. Sometimes I wish I like to go out and party and, you know, living my best life, but I've never really had that like in me. So I feel like that's also kind of hard, because I see like so many people partying and being 21-year-old, 22-year-old. How can people go out every weekend, all weekend? And I'm like tired when I go out one night, you know? Okay, what's the second part? You will meet people, you will lose people, you will try plenty of things you haven't before, and you will fail at most of them. You will feel lost. Oh yes, you will feel lost all the time, but you will grow through them. See, with me, I am not good at feeling lost. I need to know everything. I need to know what's going to happen next, and I need to know how it's going to happen. And that is where my downfall is. I'm scared of failing, like majority of us probably are. I've always had a lot of like drive and just like wanting the next big thing and keep going and going and going. I feel like I'm that way because I don't want to fail at like something. It's gonna be obviously a lot of trial and error, but I feel like I am just not ready for it. But it's happening no matter if I'm ready or not. I want to be able to look back at my 20s and be like, dang, like those were great times. But I feel like I'm making my 20s really hard because I am so hard on myself. Why would I want to go out if I should be doing something else, like to better my like future or like better my career, which like is valid. But sometimes I wish I was more like, that all can wait, let's just have fun. It says, and you will become a better person for it. Let your 20s be wild, let your 20s be crazy, let yourself be introduced to a life you don't know about yet, and most importantly, let yourself have fun in the process. Basically like what I was just talking about. Wanting to have fun in the process and just having like a good balance is what I want. I really don't want to look back at my 20s and be like, wow, I was so stressed the whole time. I was so worried about things that didn't matter. When you're in your 20s going through all these changes and like fighting to be like grown when like your 20s are supposed to be for like learning and growing, it's like hard. Like it's like a hard balance for me to, as much as I feel like I need to be grown up and like I need to be 30 tomorrow, it's like not realistic, and I'm gonna go through a lot in my 20s, so it's kind of as well just grow through everything than pretend like I'm grown up. This is a workout. I'm very much a person that doesn't like to waste time. Feels like I have no time to waste, but maybe like I do. Big part though that helps me like get through a lot of like these thoughts that I have are just like my friends. Like the friends that I have, like I consider family, all are going through like different things. Like I am so happy like with how grown up we've gotten. We have grown up together every like life stage, and like I am so like happy for like my friends, especially the ones that are going through crazy life-changing things. And it just makes you kind of feel like you're also going through life-changing things, you know? Like talking about my friends that are pregnant or like have babies. I'm witnessing all of this. Obviously it's not happening to me, but like it kind of is. I'm like very involved like in my friends' lives, and so it feels kind of like my life. It may not be happening to me, but it is still something happening in my life. In conclusion, I'm scared of being in my 20s, but I really hope the best for all of us that are in our 20s, whether it's early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. We're all gonna get through it. Whatever everyone is going through, I pray for you all. I want everyone to have a happy, healthy, successful life and a happy, healthy, successful 20s. It's gonna be hard for all of us, but then it's also gonna be exciting, even though like it's hard for me to believe it. Like so many exciting things happen in your 20s, whether it's pregnancy, whether it's getting married, whether it's getting engaged, whether it's traveling, graduating college, going into college, career, whether it's now at 22 or later at 28, we will all get our moment. I'm gonna put a little oil for the frizziness. I know that the best will come to all of us. Thank you for listening to me chit chat about all of this. It's just been something that has been like obviously in my mind. We will all get through this together. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that I was able to motivate you in one way or another. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video.